morning is infant health and immunization. And of course, we're talking to Dr. BNabitt-Stephens and Miss Peggy Halprin about some of the things that are associated with immunization. I think Dr. BNabitt-Stephens, before we had our break, we were about to talk about the local efforts on the part of Nashville to become involved with the national immunization efforts. Let's talk about that. Let's give you an opportunity to talk about that this morning.
Well, thank you, because this is certainly a project that we're very proud of. The city of Nashville was identified and selected as a target city by the Children's Action Network, which had a project called the National Immunization Campaign in the spring of 1992. And the steering committee, which was composed of representatives from Meharry, the health department, Vanderbilt, Junior League, and several local businesses, worked out the strategy and launched the first campaign, which you might recall started off with the mayor's Easter egg hunt.
Good.
And we made tremendous impact in our immunization rates that first year. And since that year, we have continued the campaign each April, which is the National Immunization Month, and we are currently in our annual activities now. We are very proud of the fact that we have been able to achieve such a high rate of immunizations in the under 24-month-olds. But this has been achieved because of the combined efforts of a lot of individuals, over 100 businesses, nonprofit agencies, schools participate in all of this activity. And it requires a lot of coordination. But what we do is we try to establish immunization sites at non-traditional places. Our most successful sites have been at the malls, at some of the larger stores like the Super Baby store, places like that. Toys R Us. Places where people who have young children tend to have to go to anyway. And what we try to do is make the families aware of the need of the immunization, the fact that we have a primary series that ideally should be initiated at 2 months of age and go through till 18 months of age, with the boosters coming in at 4 to 5 years of age. If they are due an immunization at the time of the encounter, it is given, and then we make every attempt to hook that family up into a medical home so they won't be lost to follow up and can get the subsequent needed immunizations. So we're very proud, and as a result of our efforts, we were asked to present at the National Immunization Conference, which ended on the 12th of April. And I was quite honored to be asked to participate and to discuss our efforts in reaching diverse communities with an immunization drive.
Very good. And so Nashville now is being used as a model in terms of how the nation might reach out and deal with this as a problem with infants and children. And that's an excellent reward for the efforts, I think, by a large number of folks who've been involved in this. I think, Ms. Halprin, let's have you during these last few minutes that we have to talk about some of the activities that you are involved in terms of trying to make this coalition a reality.
Nashville has also been recognized for its efforts as far as the registry is concerned on a national level. This is something that the CDC and a number of other sites throughout the country are involved in. The goal is eventually to have a national registry so that these children can be tracked when they move from place to place, as so frequently happens. During this month, there are several immunization clinics that are being held throughout the county at varying times, and the health department is very involved in staffing those clinics and working with the coalition, who provides volunteers, and working with a variety of community service organizations, businesses, whatever, in bringing these clinics off. If one would like additional information regarding these sites and the dates, as you said, it is late in the month, but they could call 340-5609, and that is my number, and I could get them additional information relative to any further clinics that might be available to them throughout the month. But Immunization Month is just that. It is Immunization Month, and that is when these concentrated activities occur and all the publicity. But our efforts continue throughout the year
and
as far as the registry is concerned.
And let us, in summary, Dr. Nabitt-Stephens, let's have you to perhaps say something over the last minute that we have in reference to this question. Do you think that it's cost effective, what you're doing in terms of immunizing these young children?
Oh, there's no question. There's no price tag that you can put on a child's life. So for every child's life that you can save, then it's certainly worth it. But at a less lofty level, it's very costly to treat these illnesses. Even if they are not fatal, the hospitalization would be quite costly, as well as the long-term damage, perhaps, that the child may sustain. So there's no question that it's much better to prevent illness than to try to treat it after it occurs.
Very good. Let me thank Dr. Nabitt-Stephens and Ms. Peggy Halprin, the two of you, for coming by and giving us that excellent information about children, immunization, and some of the other things that we've talked about. And let me encourage you to tune in again next week for another informative edition of Comments. And in addition, if you have any questions or any comments that you would like for us to deal with, we would also encourage you to let us know by writing us a letter here at the station, and we might be able to perhaps help you in whatever endeavor you're involved in. Until the next time, let us encourage you to, again, watch Comments. Thank you and good morning.